Wasabi. Hold on a second. Can't believe they removed the table just because it squeaked. Alrighty. Coffee. Oh my goodness, what a... Oh. Sorry, my hair is all fucked up, huh? What a day. Holy crap. So I get the electrical thing fixed, figured out, and all that other stuff. Then I find another problem associated with it, which explains why the battery seems like it's charged, but then I go to start it, and all of a sudden it's dead. Turns out, I think there's a in-tank fuel pump or something, or it's near the tanks, because I hear this hum. What's that? I'm smelling gas, and it's like, huh. So I think the fuel pump doesn't shut off when I turn the vehicle off. So, alright, quick fix. Disconnect the battery. So I just have to get out, disconnect the battery, and then hook it back up when I fire it back up. So, alright, simple. Then I find out that the blowout did some damage. Ripped a hole in a gray water tank, which is alright. It's not too bad because water that did come out today, which is how I found it, because yesterday I just dumped the tanks when the blowout happened. Well, tire ripped through the tank, and yeah, so now I have to replace that tank. I guess the cheapest one I could find on eBay is for about $100, but I don't know where I'm gonna have it sent to, so I gotta find a place to park this and figure out a physical address to have stuff sent to so that I could fix it. So now at least I know how to make sure I could start it and keep it running. Because here's the other thing that just happened. I went out to Camp Boucher. I called the number. I got the camp spot, paid for it in there, and I'm trying to figure out, and then I figure out that my truck's not starting. So I'm running through problem solving, and as I'm sitting there just, trying not to get no major funk, and I tried to do a live chat, didn't work because I only had 2 bars. So, and the park ranger shows up, and they're like, "Oh, you stayed your limit for 30 days, and after you stay your maximum, you have to wait 16 days, and you have 8 more days to go." Like, okay, great. And I noticed because they saw me charging my battery using the generator, and oh, that's what I should go do right after. Yeah, I should fucking do that right now. Yeah, I could take you with me. Yeah, I'll take you with me, and I'll pull the battery out and get it charging on the generator so that it's nice and charged for in the morning. That way I know it's got a good charge. So, hopefully this is the last time I gotta go to court. there's no reason why it all shouldn't work out just fine, because I've done at least 2 meetings a week. I'd like to do a meeting before I go to court, but you know, I want to try to be there anyways. I'll look at the thing and see what time. Because, yeah. And that's why I had to make it back here. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll take care of the truck. Filed the claim on the truck because something hit it in the back end. I don't know what. I don't even know if it was another vehicle or not. I don't even know if it was once or more than once when it was bumped or whatever. I think it was more than once, actually. It's like, fuck, somebody must have been a little fucking hammered or some shit. So, still gotta try to sell that. So, I better get this battery charging. So yeah, it's just been one thing after another. Like I said, you know, sometimes life throws a lot of shit at you at once, but one thing you need to keep in mind is life is only going to throw so much at you, and if life is throwing a bunch of stuff at you, there's probably a reason for it. And it's not always because you fucked up. Sometimes the reason is to help you. Sometimes a delay keeps you from being somewhere that some kind of major catastrophe happens. I've had that happen a couple times. One time it was in a snowstorm, and I had to go back and forth between the broken down vehicle and Silverton or something. It's the only town on Highway 50 or some shit, the loneliest road in America, in Nevada or some shit, way out in the middle of nowhere. It was just outside of that town. The adjustment pulley went. So, yeah, that was fun. What ended up happening there was the vehicles in front of us ended up getting in a multi-car accident because of a bunch of free-range cows. So, and that was the reason why the little parts store was closed, because the people that ran the town's only auto parts place were also on the search and rescue team, or or emergency responder teams. So I went to the local junkyard. Well, the main guy at the junkyard was out on that call too. So what ended up happening was I ended up getting a part from a Toyota and cannibalizing part of my broken part from my Nissan pickup. So I slapped the bearings of the Toyota into the Nissan part, and it worked. Success. So this should also be a success. Get your breath out. Man, fucking baloney breath. Your breath and my butt smell alike. So, there, that way we're doing that, charging this. What a day. So, you know, life is a lot easier when there's others. You gotta do everything yourself. Well, you have to be a little bit more resourceful, I guess. You have to really think and plan. It takes a lot less planning when there's more people. The hardest part when you have more people involved is getting them to listen. Getting them to realize that a plan of action is a good idea. I think that's the hardest part in that. And the other hard part is when they start talking about stuff that is part of whatever you're doing or whatever, but it's pointless shit. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I can't think anything that's pointless at the moment. Or they keep talking about the same thing over and over again instead of the other parts. Like they want to make sure that they're heard. No, it's fucking crazy. I really notice there's a lot of people that they project what they're doing onto others. And somehow I ran into a nest that fucking somehow they all ended up in positions of authority just because of fucking numbers, you know, odds. Sane people didn't want those jobs, and they didn't realize what authority or ear or voice somebody might get in those positions that shouldn't have that level of say in how policies are carried out or whether or not policies are adhered to. That's even more fucked up when they don't adhere to policy and law and fucking all that other stuff. And you know, if they're just trying to give you tough love and tell you, convince you to stop drinking or whatever, or you know, let's make sure he learns his lessons. You know, I don't know. Sometimes I hope that's what it is, but then other times I think, well, there's a difference between tough love and brutal love, right? Where does the tough and the brutal begin and end? And if too many people assume, based on their cultural, local, whatever stereotype of whatever, just because I'm around some people that you know do it like that or whatever, doesn't mean like I'm that kind of a person. You know, and that's the sad part is you know, when I'm around people that talk about some of the things I talk about, 9 out of 10 of those people are full of shit. And 5 out of those 9 people usually know they're full of shit. They just think they're just glad that they've convinced somebody that they're what the fuck ever, yada yada. I'm a super soldier. Like, oh, come on. Yeah, the guy that fucking attacked me, he goes around claiming that his uncle or his grandfather, the Gray Ghost, says his grandfather's name was the Gray Ghost in the CIA. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay. Glad I didn't have a fucking grandfather like that or some shit. Then he goes on and says that his grandfather turned him into a super soldier, trained him, and all this. It's like, so you see where that problem is? Why all that kind of went down like that? What do fakes and phonies do when they're around a real one, and a real one's getting tired of having to listen to their fucking bullshit, as well as suffer because of the animosity towards me that Kim has created by portraying himself as somebody or something that might be somewhat associated to my real life experience. You know what I mean? Hey, you ever see smoke on the water? Smoke on the water. See? Water. See smoke. Puff, puff, pass. Oh, oh, shit. Well, I can't find my pipe, so I had a water can. It's the only Anheuser-Busch you'll see in my hand. It's not beer. It is Anheuser-Busch water. You think how weird that is? Think about it. This can probably cost more to make. Probably took more water and resources to make than the water that it contained. I don't know which takes more resources to make, a plastic bottle or a can of water. I wonder which is less expensive, canned water or bottled water. See, people don't fucking ask those questions, do they, when they're talking about all this financial stuff and resources? Okay, aluminum canned water versus bottled water. What is better for the environment as a whole? Because computers, I think one computer produces like the same amount of waste as an entire regular car. So what kind of waste is produced when you make solar panels? So I figured I'd smoke a little puff, have a cigarette, a few sips of coffee, and do a quick live chat since I got bars galore. Anyways, fuck. Yeah, I gotta get parked. I need to find a place. I might have found a place. temporary. At least enough time for me to fix some of the stuff wrong with this. Fuck. So there's got to be some switch that's not shutting off the fuel pump. What probably happened is because I fixed the carburetor and then I fixed the connection to the battery, I had to replace the positive cable and everything. Yeah. And then pull the battery out of my pickup truck and put it in this. Swap batteries. So, because it had more of a charge and stuff, probably started working right. Probably got the fuel pump even working right, or I don't know, but it probably caused some switch to get stuck open. I don't know. Maybe it was always doing that, I just didn't notice it until now. Huh. See, I hear frequencies and stuff rather well, actually. So here I sit. I got it, I made it to town. I got my alarm set. I'll be there with the proof of meeting attendance tomorrow. Just to, make sure everything is dealt with, because, I shouldn't have had a failure to appear to begin with, because, well, I was asking, hey, and because I wanted to make sure everything was handled, and if it needed to be whatever, and I could show proof, like, okay, here's my copy. I don't know why my stuff gets lost, but this happened before. So yeah, I just need to untangle myself from this area and this energy, because this area has a weird energy because of a few different things. It doesn't necessarily have to do with people, but there's this energy, this, and yeah, it's hard to explain. I want to explain it properly instead of improperly or hastily, because if spoken of in haste, people might take some of what I say in the wrong spirit. If you want to really understand what I'm, yeah. So I'm getting back to how I used to do certain things, and I used to actually be pretty careful with how I spoke. Just kind of why I got the way I got. I'm like going, what's the point? You do it this way, you guys are fucking idiots. You do it this way, at least you guys fucking are more fucking in my face about being dicks, instead of trying to sideswipe me because of whatever social status I have. Right? If you have any kind of social status, they can't attack you fucking straightforward or whatever, but, right? What happens if you get it back, though? Because if people really did fucking their homework or whatever, if they really thought they knew me, they might realize that there's a lot of stuff that's been left out that okay, a few times here and there, but as many times as I've been there or whatever, or was there or did whatever or participated in whatnot, you'd think there'd be more mentions, right? But I didn't serve anybody's political purpose. Ah, there it is, huh? So while everybody else is fucking talking shit about politics and stuff, well, you're serving their purpose, right? I mean, that's why you're valued to them. That's why they kiss your ass or do things for you or whatever. So they got your vote. Me, I see past that. My thank yous and everything are out of real gratitude rather than political reach around or whatever you want to call it. Um, and my gratitude comes out more in my actions than some political PR campaign. Dude, I got that like ancient aliens hair going on. See, his hair's like this, and he lives a fucking easy posh life, right? Mine's like this because, well, it's been a hectic couple days. And then that blowout last night. Oh my god, right at sunset too. So it was dark by the time the tow truck got there. Then he doesn't know whether his jack's gonna jack this up. But his jacked it up. So I have a jack that is the same weight capacity, so hopefully mine can also jack it up. So that's a good thing to know. And I saw how you change one of the tires on the rear. So now I know how to change dually tires. Now I also have to go shopping for a new spare tire. And from what I understand, these kind of tires are fucking pricey as fuck. So I'm learning to drive slower. It's kind of nice, but sometimes it's just I'm a creature of habit, right? I have my father and one of my grandmothers lead foots. I don't know about the other grandparents how they drive. But yeah, I need to get stationary for a little bit because I can't even find my fucking toenail clippers. So yeah. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be worth it on the other side of all this fucking. They lied. Fix or repair daily. See, for me, it's plural. Fuck. It's 86, but just one thing after another. But it's a good thing I found out. I figured out. I should have fucking looked sooner. I'd probably saved about $100 in gas. I'd have known it sooner. Yeah. So my gas mileage has gotten a lot better. It's still expensive, but it's gotten a lot better. The generator doesn't eat too much. So if I get stationary, the generator's mainly the only gas sucker. I gotta reframe the refrigerator somehow because part of the frame gave way. So there's just all these things that just happen one after another after another. And it's this energy stuff that I was talking about. It's maybe if I put it this way. You know how tinfoil acts in a microwave oven? Yeah, it doesn't mean that the tinfoil did anything wrong. Microwave oven didn't do anything wrong. But together they cause sparks, right? It's not good. And then the sparks turn into a fire if you let it go, right? So when me or other, it's whatever, I don't know whether I'm the tinfoil or they're the tinfoil. but it's not a good, it's not a balanced mix for whatever reason. And I think what happens is the beginning stages of it is you end up having one fuck thing break after another. You know, it's like, holy fuck. And I've seen it happen before with plants, believe it or not. I've known people that they couldn't touch plants because the plant would die. They had some weird chemical that they in their blood or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, but that's just me. There's weird stuff in my life like that all over the place. Just things I notice. You see, I try to be kind of I try not to point fingers or say who's right and who's wrong. Yeah, I try to say, well, this is like tinfoil in a microwave. I don't know why you go about life this way, but in some ways, I don't mind, but in other ways, it seems like the differences between you and me, while not openly out or whatever, but my shit's starting to break down around you. And, then the help doesn't seem like help. It seems more like shackles. Here, yes, I'll help you. I'm helping you. I'm a good person. I'm helping you. I'm helping you because I'm a good person. Here, now, hold your hands out. Yeah, I'm going to give you these nice bracelets. Oh, I know they remind you of handcuffs. No, they're not handcuffs. They're pretty bracelets. They're a token of my help. And now I'm looking at them like, okay, well, where's the fucking badge? You don't have the authority of a court. How you doing this? Even the cops are saying, they don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's fucked up. Yeah, and then because of what I'm dealing with, going through, they can see it on my face, and they think I'm just being a angry inmate, or that I'm just some fucking criminal that's never gonna fucking amount to anything or whatever. And then I'm looking at some of these people, and sometimes I hear a last name or something, and I think, I wonder if that's so-and-so's kid. I wonder if it, is every now and then I find out that it's somebody that maybe I saved their life, or their parent, or somebody, or did something, whatever. Just shit accumulates, but I never stick around, I don't know how to fucking do a whole PR thing on a fucking good deed. How the fuck do you fucking go all PR and turn it into a fucking political ad campaign? Do you hire people to do it? Do you jump up and down and say, hey, look what I did? Oh, see, that's my problem, is I do nonchalant because it's natural, and then it's like, I don't know. It's just weird, huh? Yeah, it's like, well, if you keep harming somebody that's done nothing but look out for your well-being, you just didn't want to be fucked with. That's kind of fucked up, don't you think? I mean, Oh, yeah. It's because some people's mothers or whatever said something to them. Compared me and their son or some shit. You know what that does to you socially in certain circles, and then the shit that might get talked about you and the fingers pointed after a few fucking ego-driven fucking whatever's mothers or whatever or girl whatever compares them to you, you know. You know? So it's not always a fucking grand conspiracy. But certain things can be nurtured and fertilized to go into extremes and be disproportionate. Now, if I had a proper day in court, my record should be almost entirely fucking expunged, wiped clean, everything fucking dismissed or whatever. It's based on I wasn't the cause. This caused this, and they were unaddressed. I've asked for something to be addressed for 16, 17 years. I've had a grievance. Did I state it over and over again? So, yeah. I know what targeting's like on several levels. I've had to learn to differentiate the difference between what could be conspiratorial and what level somebody's at in it. You know, I've had to look at that and compare it to, you know, the ones that's mothers said something to them or some shit. Or the psycho bitch that doesn't like me showing up, her sick, twisted boyfriend. I don't know. I don't mean to. You know. Otherwise, I might have paid more attention to it and prevented it, right? If you know something's going on, or if you know you're coming across a certain way because that's how you are, then you might do something to prevent certain outcomes. So I didn't think anything, you know. So yeah. More to come. Hopefully here in a few days I'll be stationary for at least a few weeks. Water and a few other things are going to be the stuff that, yeah. Anyways. Alright, catch y'all later. Keep me in your prayers. You know, any property for rent or whatever. Or any good mechanics or people that know shit about RVs. Yeah, I don't know. I could use, yeah. I was almost at my wit's end earlier. I mean, I was just like, what the fuck next? At least it's not somebody losing paperwork and being a snotty bitch or anything like that. You see the difference between life's terms, life on life's terms? There's a difference between that and dealing with somebody else's terms. There's my terms, your terms, and then there's life's terms, right? Life's terms can be difficult, stressful, but you can walk through it. Even if you have a day or a couple days or a week like I've had. At least it's not some other human being's stuff, as far as I can tell. It's just more energy or entanglements. And that's the other thing that happens when certain entanglements are entangling. There's these sparks and things, basically, you know. I don't know how to put it. So I'll just leave it at that. Catch you later. Y'all have a good night, and God bless, God be with you, and much love, and all that other happy jazz. Off.